Anyway, somebody come get her. What's up? It's me, Audra. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, I'm not sure how you got here, but certainly I'm glad you came. And if you are new here, well, you're in for a treat. All right, if you enjoy chaotic, frenetic energy, you like beauty, you like horror, with a little bit of commentary thrown in between, then I suggest you go on ahead and subscribe for the low price of $0. I will tell you a random fact about myself. Today's random fact is rather embarrassing, but you know what? We're friends. I'm going to share it. I once clothespinned my dog's balls together. Now, before you start getting your panties in a wad, please understand that I was like 5 at this point in time. I did not understand genitalia, obviously. And when my mother came down, because obviously he was crying, it was the wooden ones, the wooden clothespins, she asked me who did it, and I said, he did. He did it to himself. After that, I learned not to lie. All right, here are my socials. Again, I'm loving all the cute, sweet, fuzzy animals all y'all are sending me. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. You are making my day. And speaking of day, what are you here with today, Audra? Well, I do have to get ready for my live stream, and I thought, why don't I sit here and babble incoherently while I get ready? And I'm going to play with my Nomad Cosmetics palettes. I have the Berlin, I have the Marrakesh, and then I also have the latest, which is the Orient Express, which I used a little bit on the live stream, but I don't know if I've really shown this to all of you. This is actually a really fun palette. There's shimmers. Oof. One of the things that Nomad does really well is beautiful shimmers. So we're gonna play today, and I feel like I've been on this green kick lately, so it's probably going to be a greenish look, and I don't want to hear any shit about it, okay? All right, so I really am just gonna randomly talk about things that just pop into my head, or things, just things. We're gonna talk about just things, okay? Great. First of all, I did just get this in the mail today, which is the BH Cosmetics Paradise Prime Hydrating Face Primer. Can you see it? Can you see it? We can see it. Okay. Anyway, I thought I wanted to try this, and I may as well. Why not? We'll definitely get a sense of how good this works, because I'm gonna be live with it. I have problems. Okay. So I have a weird thing to say. I don't want anybody to get mad at me, but I'm gonna say it anyway because why not? You know what's weird is to think about how we were indoctrinated from a young age as Americans. You know what I mean? When you think about the first time the government flexed on you and you didn't even realize it, as an adult you can look back and be like, oh man, the government flexed on my ass. They did. So I know you're sitting there like, Audra, what do you mean? How did the government flex on us? Okay, so when you were a child, you were just doing your thing, you stayed at home, you went to preschool or whatever. The first time the government flexes is when they start taking that nap time away from you in school. That's the first flex. Your entire life was filled with naps, and then all of a sudden they're like, fuck you, fuck your nap. You are no longer allowed to sleep peacefully. That is not an option anymore. And you're like, I'm sorry, what? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, oh, my eyebrows were done, but oh my God, look how they're staying. Okay, essence coming through. That's an essence pencil. Anyways, sorry. Come in closer. Closer. That seems to be good. All right. Yeah, that government flex was nap? Fucking what nap? And you were like, ah! So that happened. Hi, Bo Bear. That totally happened. You can deny it if you want to, but that's factual information. And then of course the Pledge of Allegiance. It just kind of makes me laugh because there's people who will talk about how free America is. I'm not saying it's not. Don't get super mad. And then get upset about other countries being like, look at how they make their children do these things. And then I'm just kind of like, is anyone gonna tell them? Okay. It's no coincidence that your school day is the same length of time as a work day. Do you know what I mean? Just think that through. Like, they've been preparing us to be cogs in the machine. Like, they told us we could be anything, but those were lies. Those were just abject, straight up, hardcore lies. They're like, you can be anything you want. Just kidding. You have to work in the system. That's why we like movies about anarchy. You know what I mean? Like, we really do, because it's nice to have that feeling of like overtaking and overthrowing and dismantling the entire system. Because I mean, that's why they hate college so much, because you get all this freedom in college, and in college you get to set your own schedule. Well, at least you used to. I don't know if they're still fucking around trying to ruin that too. But you could set your own schedule. So if you didn't want to fucking go to class on Friday, you would set everything up so that you didn't have to. Or if you did have to go to class on Friday, it was like one class and you would go first thing. So then that way you were like, okay, I'm free for the rest of the day to like do whatever the fuck I want. And they sure didn't like that. Like the powers that be that like make us cogs in the machine, they were like, no. We do not want these kids getting any sense of freedom and feeling like they can set their schedule and do what they want, because we need all these people to just go and do their jobs quietly and make us rich. Like, it's so weird. Like, they get mad about it. And it's weird because like college is really where you learn that you actually don't need an 8-hour workday. You just didn't know it at the time, but like that's where you learned it. Like, you truly learned it from college, because you started to realize that like, oh, if I set aside this time and I do X, like I can finish this at this time. You would like kind of average out your shit. Like, that's actually why we need math. Like, I know people get in their feelings about algebra and stuff, but it's actually not about maths. It's about logic and problem solving. And it does help you do that every day, whether you know it or not. Like, you kind of sit there, like, this isn't me being all like, learn math, but it's also me saying like, I wish people would stop being dicks about math and saying like we don't need it, because we do. Like, they're like, ugh, what's the point of algebra? I've never even used it. You use it every day. Like, but the thing is, if they would just tell you up front what it was really for, then I think more people would have an easier time with it. I think the reason a lot of people have difficulties with it is because they don't just outright say that it's about problem solving and logic skills. And like, honestly, if they did that, people would be like, oh, alrighty then. I'm messing with a Marrakesh palette right now, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm going to play with this one because I want to, and we're not going to tell me what to do today. Because you know what? Today's the day that the government doesn't have its foot on me. All right, moving on. I'm in a mood. But yeah, I mean, you go to college and you start doing all this stuff and realizing like how you can actually make life work for you. Ooh, I wanted to do a fluffy brush. And you start figuring out how to make your schedule like more what you want and less of what they want, which is they want us to like get very much accustomed to being told what to do and when. And I saw a tweet today where somebody was talking about how they were doing online learning, and like her child was doing online learning and her kid was hungry, so she made them a snack. Like, fucking, yeah, she made them a snack. And then the teacher had the nerve to be like, not during class. This is online learning, mind you. And the mother yelled out, she is at home, like, or he is at home, I can't remember. And if I can find the tweet, like, I'll put it in here somewhere. But she was like, he's at home. And then there was like silence because first of all, like, apparently the teacher realized like mama was serious. But that like made me think about another time like that the government has been flexing on us as Americans and how much we're indoctrinated, and it's fucking weird because like food time, like when you can eat, it's so monitored when you're young. It really is. Like, they're like, this is lunchtime. They wouldn't let you eat during class. And you're like, I'm hungry now, though. Like, I need a snack right now. Like, not even just, like, I need a meal. But, like, sometimes you're just like, I just fucking need a snack right now. Is it okay if I have a snack? And they're just like, no, you have to eat at these designated times. Like, why? What was the point of that, to be honest? Like, somebody explain it to me. Like, what was the actual point of that? Because when you become an adult, like, even when you go to college, like, you sit in class and eat all the time. Like, you just sit there and eat. So it's like, what, like, really the point was to make sure that you understood who was in charge. That's my opinion. It was just like, so you understood who was in charge here and you took your indoctrination well. Like, be a good lad, be a good lass, and take that indoctrination the way you're supposed to. Because if you don't, I mean, it's only a matter of time if things keep going the way that they do right now. It's like, if you don't take your indoctrination the way you're supposed to, will make you. Which I would not be surprised by, but it's just kind of a weird feeling to think about that. Like when you think about how they go about doing that to us, where they're like, oh yeah, like you can only eat at these times and you can only do this at this time. And it's just kind of a weird deal if you ask me. Like, why is it so important? And again, it's more indoctrination. It's so that you learn that like there's an authority, you listen to said authority, you do what said authority tells you to do, and do not go, trying to change the way things are done. They never have any answers either when you're just like, I'm just hungry. Like, remember you had to have those notes if you were diabetic or anything like that, and you had to have a note that like specifically stated that you could eat during class. And I just thought that was weird. I'm like, how about you just let people like have a snack when they're hungry? And they're like, well, they can't learn if, you can't learn if you're eating in class. And I thought that was so weird because I was like, I also can't learn if I'm fucking hungry. Like, are you serious? Because I have thyroid issues and I get like hella hungry, and I didn't find out that until I was an adult, you know what I mean? Like that didn't just like, I didn't wake up one day. Like I was always just weirdly hungry. Plus I did like athletics. And speaking of extracurriculars, when I was talking about, it's no coincidence that the work day and the school day are the same amount of hours. Do you know what extracurricular activities are? Overtime. It's true though. Extracurricular activities are literally overtime. Like it's teaching you about overtime, because we're not all gonna be superstars, but it's teaching you about like how to do overtime and like fucking get over it. Like you're going to do that. I'm going in now with a Nomad Orient Express because there's this gorgeous color in here called Venice that I want to fucks with. This one. And hopefully I don't ruin anything and everything that I've done thus far. All right, we're gonna try this out. Another random thought, because that's what we're doing today, is just like all of my random thoughts, and they're being shoved out onto you all. And I thank you very much for anyone who came and listened to me be my normal idiotic self. These are the thoughts that I share with Bo, my dog. He doesn't get them. Do you ever like, have you ever been walking? Okay, this is gonna sound so strange, but have you ever been walking and then you become like acutely aware of your arm swinging, and then it's like suddenly you don't know what to do with your arm, like it feels weird, so you're like trying to adjust your arm because you're like, I don't think I like the way it's swinging like that, but you don't know how to like swing it a different way, and then it's just super weird, then it's like really strange, and then like you just forget about it. Like I feel like that's a glitch in the Matrix. Like you just forget about it randomly. Like at first you're like, oh, why is my arm doing that? And then all of a sudden it's just like, it's gone. Like the whole thought, the whole thing is just gone. And then you just return to walking normal. And then later, it hits you in your mind where you're like, why was that even bothering me? And you just really don't know. Just me? Okay. All right, so being unemployed is an interesting thing because I did not realize how much effort truly I was putting in. Oh my God, this is fucking stunning. I don't know if you guys can really see the glory. Oh my God, I love their shimmers to the moon and back, and I'm about to just be a flawless ass bitch, and I don't want anybody to tell me any different because I will not believe you. Okay, moving on. Anyway, being unemployed is super weird because of the fact that I did not realize how much of my energy that I put into like trying to be okay around people. Like I didn't realize that, but my friend, my very dear friend, needed a ride to her doctor's appointment, and because she's not supposed to drive, and another storm coming through. That hurricane is not fucking around. Don't worry, I'm not in a place where, I say don't worry. I'm like, I'm not in a place where hurricanes come, but then again, it is 2020, y'all. So I took her to the doctor's, and it was just very nice to see her, and I hung out with her gorgeous daughter, who made me feel like I was so old. Not on purpose. She's like just a stunningly beautiful young woman. And then all of a sudden I was just like, geez Louise, I'm old as fuck. Like, wow. I don't mind. It was just a weird, like, I was like, oh wow. I remember when I was like young. I remember when I was a young woman. Way back in 1986. Oh yes, this is so pretty. I could not stand it. It's so gorgeous. That was a good move. You know what? I'm proud of myself for like being thoughtful of myself. So anyway, I took them out and like to say thank you, she was like, oh, I'll take you to breakfast, which I agreed to. And I went to the breakfast and then I was just like, holy shit, this is hard. Like I didn't realize how much energy I actually expend into like trying to be somewhat normal for other people, like not even somewhat normal, just in trying to like interact with other people. Although I did dress accordingly so that all people knew and completely understood I did not want to fucking talk to them. Obviously I talked to my friend and her daughter. Her daughter is the shit, I love her. So like, you know, I have a lot of kids that aren't mine, which is, you know, honestly, fucking phenomenal. Like that is the best world that I could live in, is to have children that aren't mine. And I'm just gonna keep that up. I'm like, I'm gonna keep that lifestyle fucking going because it's, you know, it's working for me. It's going pretty well. That whole having kids, not having kids thing. So I'm gonna keep doing that. But anyway, I ended up discovering, like, I just ate up all of my, like literally all what I would normally, like these days anyway, what I would normally expend in, you know, a couple of hours or whatever, I expended that time and energy just like all at one go. Like normally I meet that shit out, you know what I mean? Like normally I'm like, okay, today you get a little and you get a little and you get a little bit. I like did it all in one thing and I just kind of wasn't expecting. I was a little shocked and surprised when I was like, whew, I came home and slept for 3 hours. So there's that. And then I woke up and Bo, he really does not know that he's a giant monster. Like, if somebody could tell him that he's ginormous, that would be great, because he has no clue. He does not know that he is an 80-pound pit bull, and like he thinks he's a lap dog, which is super sweet. Like, yes, okay? So sweet, so adorable. I absolutely love it. You know what? Today's gonna be a fucking wing day. I haven't done wings in a while. Like wings, okay? I know that y'all like, you just did wings. You know what? I don't need that negativity in my life. Oh, bitch. I'm just like, I'm feeling myself today, honey. I'm so sorry. I got a little excited. I'm gonna put some of this like yellowy color. No, I'm not. I don't like yellows. I'm like, I don't really like some of these yellows. Not in here. I just don't like yellow in general. Let me just try that. Oh no, never mind. Never mind, it's gorgeous. So sorry. Mistakes were made. We're gonna move on. So now that like I'm even more nervous about like when it's job time, because I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to like do this all the time, like energy wise. I don't know how I did it, but I know how I did it before. I fucking went to sleep every day after work. That's how I did it before. Like every day after work, I was immediately like, you know what sounds great? A fucking nap. And that's what I did. I took a nap immediately. Like immediately. What I do is I would let Bo out so that you guys know my inner sanctum secrets. I would let Bo out and we would do our thing and then I would go to sleep. And then I would wake up and I would eat sometimes I would eat a little bit and then I would go the fuck back to bed. Like I would take a shower and go to sleep. Like fuck this life. Like sleep is so healing for me. And I like sometimes it is annoying that people will like, yes, a lot of people do sleep with depression, but it is a little bit annoying that everybody thinks that everyone who sleeps is depressed, because I'm like, no, I'm just recharging. Like, I'm just recharging my emotional boundaries. Anyways, Bo, I'm gonna bring y'all way in for this. Look at this. You see right here? Little shit stomped my mouth. He has no idea where to place his feet. Like, it's just so, he's so messy. I love him so much, but he's such a messy bitch. And I just cannot, I can't stand it when he does that. I just really want to like knock him into next week because I'm like, bruh, did you really just like fucking step on my mouth and cut my lip open? Like, that's how I woke up from my nap, was him stomping my mouth. And I was like, this is fun. It wasn't fun. Like, this is a great time. It wasn't a great time. Now, I know people have their opinions on how much concealer you should use, but you should also know that everywhere that I put this concealer, I don't put foundation. So like, let's calm our titties for a few seconds, okay? Okay, let's do that because like, do you know what else? I watched because I've been doing research for my pop-up lives, which if I've done this correctly, there's one going up Friday. There's a pop-up live I'm gonna do on Friday about romantic comedies and how they fucking ruined our lives. That's true. But I was watching like Made in Manhattan, the things I'm doing, the things I do for y'all. Because that is not my cup of tea at all. Like, it's not my cup of tea. I did watch it for science. It hurt my soul. It actually did hurt my soul. I was just like, ugh. Like, it just wasn't, And I don't know what I was going to say about watching that movie, but, oh, that's it. You know, the 4K is really teaching us a lot. You know how, okay, some of y'all aren't old enough for this, but for those of you that are, do you know how like DVD first like fucked us up on VHS? Where like you started seeing how like some people really looked and you were like, oh snap. Not like in a bad way, but you just realized like maybe they weren't as attractive as you thought that they were. Well, 4K has done that for me. And you know what, the reason I'm bringing this up, which it doesn't matter, I'm talking about random shit, but the reason I'm bringing it up right now is because of my concealer. And we talk about like 2016 and how we had that like super bright under eye concealer on. Well, there's that scene where I guess she puts on her fucking I'm Cinderella bitch dress, and which is fine, she do her, she looked good. But when I tell you that she had the concealer, like you could see it in 4K, and I don't feel like you could see that in like Blu-ray and DVD. Like I don't feel like it was as noticeable that was like happening. And so it was just like a little shock to my system where I was like, holy shit, what the fuck were we doing then? I don't even know. Like we were, I don't want to talk about it because it kind of actually hurts my feelings to think about. Like, ugh, y'all, I went through that phase too. It was rough. It was rough. I don't even know why we were doing that to ourselves because, oof, we did not look good. We didn't. We were looking more than a little monstrous, but we just kept on. Also, 4K has taught me that Patrick Dempsey, not hot. I was watching some other movie with him in it. I think it was like Maid of Honor? Maid of Honor? I think it is. And I feel like I have that screenshotted for a reason. Anyway, but we were watching that, and I say that, I'm giving things away. Anyway, watching that movie, and it's a weird, like, I just realized, like, it was like, Patrick Dempsey is not hot. Like, why do we think he was hot? He looks so damn tired in that movie. What did I do with it? I probably set it up to be cleaned, cause, listen, Josh, Killer King, I'm washing my brushes. Cause he be honest about washing our brushes. If you need someone to remind you to wash your brushes, follow Josh. It's Killer King on Twitter, because you will not forget to wash your brushes again. I tell you what, he's not going to let you, because at least once a week he has a post like, good morning, did y'all wash your brushes? Yes, I wash my brushes. Sometimes the answer is no. That hurts my feelings, but then I get up and wash some brushes just so that I can be like, yes, I did. Oh my gosh. And I tweeted this out, which just, again, I'm such a like random person. But you know, Netflix has, in America anyway, Netflix US has the Jurassic Park movies on it, okay? And I was just like, it just came to my attention that I was like, so we're all just gonna like, did we all just forget that Téa Leoni's character legit had a boyfriend? And like he got eaten by the dinosaurs and like nobody said shit. Like nobody had a fucking word to say. Everybody's just sitting there like, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Like they were just so happy to find her son, which good, you know, obviously, but I'm just saying like nobody talked about her fucking boyfriend. I'm gonna use a little bit of this Danessa Myricks powder because I'm using some super dewy shit on my face. And what I'd like to do, because I might be filming another video after this if I have time, which it looks like I might. So I'm going to try to not be so damn dewy like I always am. And I'm gonna press that in. I'm gonna press that powder in right here. And you're like, but Audra, you don't have your foundation on yet. You know what? You live your life. And I will live mine. We are all gonna be living our best lives in just a minute, I hope. Anyway, I'm gonna be talking about in this pop-up, which y'all, if you haven't seen it, hopefully I will have done it before I have this up, because otherwise I look foolish as fuck talking about it right now. And we're just going to give our eyebrows a little bit of extra love because they went on a small hiatus. But they actually did a very good job staying through all this shit that I put them through, so that's nice, you know what I mean? But I'm just talking about like one, extraordinary circumstances. Like romantic comedies rely so heavily on extraordinary circumstances in finding true love. And like, I swear I did this in, like every romantic comedy preview is like this. She was a 30-something, down on her luck, super tired, very independent woman looking for love in all the wrong places or not looking for love at all, and he was a man. And like that's every romantic comedy ever. Like all of them wrapped into one. Like that is some weird-ish. I think it's just super weird. Like it's just very weird. And watching these again through like kind of a different eye. Ooh, that eyebrow was like doing good shit. And I bet I can't make this eyebrow just like try to come correct with it either. That's fine. Cause you know what? My eyebrows aren't the same. They're never gonna be the same. Cousins, not twins. But I just find that such a weird thing. Like when I watch them as an adult, like I didn't even really fall for it. It's weird because I didn't even really like these movies as a kid. But again, I'm way into horror, you know what I mean? Like I've always been into horror a lot. So watching them again, I just see all this like horrible stuff. Like why the fuck do we think it's like romantic to like ruin someone's wedding? You know what I mean? Like, well, I love them now. Now that I love her, or now that I love him, it is perfectly acceptable for me to go out of my way to ruin their wedding, like, and tell them, like, I love you now. I know I love you. So because I love you, I am going to ruin your wedding. Thank you. Like, do you know how fucking pissed I would be? Like, maid of honor. This chick is getting married in Scotland, okay? Let me just say this again. She's getting married
in fucking Scotland.
Let me just tell you the amount of anger that I would have if, like, I flew out to my friend's fucking wedding, you know, got a fucking hotel room, spent money on shit only for her to, like, run off with some dude she could have had back home. No, we are not. I'm not even going to your wedding. No, I'm not going to your actual wedding now. You can eat a bag of dicks. That's not happening. I am not. I'm going to cuss you out. Like, if I do go, I'm gonna cuss you the fuck out the whole time. I'm gonna cuss you I'll be like, you know what? You are paying for like you're paying for everything. I ain't even buying you a gift because I already bought you a gift. You better get that wedding gift back from your other fiance because it's not gonna be me. Like, I love you, but I don't love you that much. No, we're not going. We're not going. I'm not going. Does that make me a bitch? Like, I am not going to your like other wedding. Like, not even like, this isn't even a second wedding. This is like, she had a wedding, she's at the altar, and then like Patrick Dempsey, who, by the way, he is not attractive, like shows up as she's about to say I do. And then like, she's like, never mind. Like, no. No. And like, that wouldn't even, no, I mean, I know people have been left at the altar. Granted, I'm not saying nobody's been left at the altar. I'm just saying that if I paid all that money, you can bet your ass. I'm gonna, like, I will be pissed. I will be pissed until I'm not pissed anymore. Like, and I'm always gonna bring it up. Like, once y'all are married, I'll be the bitch bringing it up every 5 minutes. Hey, so remember that time we all flew to Scotland for your wedding and then you didn't get married and then like you ended up marrying like the dude that you could have just stayed here and married? Yeah, that one. Because I have problems. Okay, y'all, I just went and looked outside. Jeez, it is looking, for those of you that don't know, I can't remember if I showed you this, but I got it. I just wanted to say this here because I think I may have said it in the live, but I just want to say it here. Midas customer service, badass. They sent one out immediately the same day because I messaged and I said, hi, I am missing this thing. And then they were like, holy shit, really? And I was like, yes. So they immediately sent me one. I have it. The highlighter is gorgeous, okay? Let's see if I can get my good highlighter brush. Like, where is it? There it is. I know that people are like, that's a big ass brush, but I really, really like this brush. This is the Moda Pro BMX 220 Radiance. This brush is because I have like big cheeks, a big area, and I just like the way it flicks. Anyways, I'm going to play with this highlighter and I'm just gonna be very liberal with it because you know what? Today is that day, beach. Oof, let me get in there because I'm trying to be very careful because oh gosh, it's really pretty. It's very soft and so I don't want to ruin it because like I'm the bitch who's gonna ruin it. Oh, you see that? Oh, let's just stop talking and admire this for just like a second. Ow. Okay, so sorry. I'm not sorry. It's looking a little rough outside though, for sure. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little bit nervous. This is my first time. Okay, I'm so sorry. Oh, the problems. You know, I am so proud of my mother for raising such a weirdo. Like, I have been weird my entire life, and my mother has done nothing but support me being as weird as is humanly possible. Also, to any of you shopping my affiliate links that are in the description box, thank you. You're so appreciated. You don't have to, but I appreciate it when y'all do because it just helps me. It helps us. Helps us to keep this thing going. One day I'll have a fantastic camera for live streaming. Today's not gonna be that day though, but one day. All right, so another very weird thing that's going on. I'm not done doing this. I'm doing things in weird stages. So anyway, another super weird thing that's going on. Okay. I tweeted this out because I just didn't think about this. When I started this channel, I just never really thought about potentially being in any kind of position to like have to, I guess, manage my station. That sounds so weird. But it's like now I'm getting emails from brands and I wasn't expecting to have that happen. And in true Audra fashion, I'm avoiding them. Because I don't know what to say. But luckily I have friends who help me out. Like I messaged them on Marco Polo. I'm like, what the fuck do I do? And they're like, oh, well you do this and let me look at this and I'll help you. And I'm like, you know what? YouTube friends are awesome. And it's weird because I can tell, I'll tell other people like, oh, you do this, and this. And then it's me and I'm like, I'm stupid. I don't know what I think it's because I just never expected any of it, so it's weird as fuck. And I genuinely don't know what to do or say in these situations. Ooh, I'm really liking like whatever it is that I'm doing here. Like, I know it's shimmery, but I kind of like it. Do y'all like it? I like it. For those of you that do not know, I have grown up doing accents my entire life because my mother and I are strange, and it's a good time. We've just always done that. I feel like the earliest that I can remember it though was like watching Silence of the Lambs and us doing hello Clarice to each other all the time. More super fun times. I'm sure y'all are all tired of hearing about New York, but we're gonna talk about New York. Anyway, I saw him the other day. Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come here for the singing. You came because hopefully you will enjoy my content and are subscribed, and if you're not, hopefully this is the video that made you decide to subscribe. You're like, oh my god, she has a modicum of talent. And she's funny. And also, she starts stories and doesn't finish them. Yes, I'm aware you're waiting for the rest of what happened with New York. I know. And I'm about to tell you. It's like not, you know, it's not like, oh my god, all this stuff happened. It's just like, he came by, and I think the thing is, I like this bronzer a lot. It's very buttery, and it's like, it blends so easily. Like, especially, you know, make sure you're blending your shit into your hairline, but also this blush is like, I mean, this highlighter is fucking killing me. Like, ugh, please don't talk to me right now. I'm busy. Oh, anyways, New York. Anyhow, it is different, and here's the thing. If you go from like a long distance thing where, like, I thought about him, you know what I mean? Like, I thought about him. It's not like I was like insensitive, even though typically I am in any kind of relationship. I'm fairly insensitive. Ooh, is that a waddle? Okay, anyways. It's just that like, he's here now, and so I have to like retrain myself is basically it. Like, I'm basically having to retrain myself to like what it's like to be like with somebody when they're also in the same state as you. Please don't make fun of me. Like, please don't be like, you're stupid. I know, it's just difficult. It's just a retraining of like how I do, how I life, you know? It's a retraining of how I life. And so like, I just kind of forget, and like, I don't message, and then I do message, and then last night happened. Oh, I'm not telling that, obviously. It wasn't that. Anyways, so that has been a nice addition to my otherwise boring ass bitch life. I've gone out, I've done some things. I have made myself happy. We're hiding from hurricanes, I guess. Listen, I'm not even in the hurricane like area. I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Here's the problem. It's raining and shitty here. I do believe that we're already like, I hope we're not already experiencing fatalities. We might be. That's fucking terrible. I just feel like we can't fucking win. 2020 is the year of like, just fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, that is 2020's motto. 2020's motto is now like 2020, fuck you. I like to like mix a little bit of blush in my forehead bronzer. Listen, it's so fun because it gives you like this kind of like a little bit, just like a little bit, you just scrub it a little bit, it gives you like a little bit of that sunburnt look, and I like that, you know? It's a thing for me. I enjoy it. Not everybody does, but I do. Is it raining? This is another blush I like. I mean, another brush I like. This is another Moda brush. This I got in a beauty box. I have been loving Moda brushes for like ever. I did a bad job of showing that to you, but like, here it is right here, because I don't really want to force this autofocus to do anything right now, and I'm about ready. We gonna do our mascara and lips and come back, right? Right. Back to you, Alex. I don't know why. There's nobody over there. Shit got weird.
Yeah. So.
Did you enjoy your catfish?
Yes, I did. I had one piece because I said I shall eat the others for dinner.
Was it crispy enough?
Yes, dear. It was.
Mother, I have to go. I have to finish filming.
All right, love. I love you. I'll talk to you later.
All right, I love you as well.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. All right, so here's the finished look, and you also, I told you the truth. Y'all may have heard some of the phone conversation that my mother and I had, or it might be at the end. Who knows? Who cares? But this is the final look. This is what I'm gonna look like live streaming. I think it's gonna be cute. All right. Anyhow, I hope you all enjoyed the random ramblings, and I think that we're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna put you further out away from me now so that you can see that I have hair, and you can like see the whole thing in all the light. You know what I mean? The face makeup, the way that I put powder on and all that shit, that is definitely studio lighting makeup, because I normally don't put powder on like that. Normally I'm just like, I'll be a sweaty ass bitch. But today I didn't do that. All right, thank you all again so much. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And as always, huge shout out to my patrons. Yeah. All right, please be safe out there. Take care of yourselves. If you are out doing the things that I'm afraid to say anything because I'm afraid that that'll cause us issue. But if you are out doing any of the things, make sure that you keep the mask on, keep your eyes protected, stay away from cameras. And remember, it costs $0 to be kind. So, you know, try it out. It's good for your soul. And until next time, deuces! Oh my God, I'm so glad I got this like fucking battery. It's the shit. The question is, do I go in with a black eyeliner or do I go in with a blue eyeliner? You know? Do we go in with black or do we go in blue? You know, I'm gonna go with black. All right, anyway, sorry. Me and my weird ass accents. Went to a party last Saturday night. That's fucking Peter Mon that's done that. Let you choke. Let you choke. Oh, I'm gonna eat.